YouTubers, Tyler here again. I've got into pulling the LT1 apart. I think I found the problem. So, if you look right here, this is what it's supposed to do. And this is the one that I pulled out. Yep, she's pretty much locked up. And you can see right here, this is what happens when it's locked up like that and it can't slide around. You get some problems like that. And if you see in this picture right here, you can see a good little bit where it hit the side of the cylinder wall. So before I decided to go any further, I decided to hone it out. And I had two of them that was locked up like that. It was this guy right here and this guy right here. And I knew this rotating assembly is pretty much junk at this point, so I didn't even pull the crank out before I went any further. This is already 40 over, so I ran the dingleberry through it to see if I could get those marks out of there, and I really couldn't feel a ridge with my finger, so I thought it might have been salvageable. It looks like it is salvageable. It's not perfect, but you can see a little bit right there where it was kind of gouged on the edge, but I cannot catch any of that with my finger. It still feels pretty darn good. I don't know what the taper is on that. I'm going to have to figure that out. But this little girl right here, she's been around for a while. She's a slut. I think she might be okay. Here's more of the pistons. This is the other guy. I think this one's worse than the other one. Let's see. Yes. Sort of moves. Yep. I am not even going to try to fix any of this crap. It needs to be replaced. But I am not too worried about that. I have gotten my use and more out of this rotating assembly. Those rods are the stock rods for 1993. So is the crank in here. So another little problem I found, if you look right in here, every single intake valve have a nice little imprint of the valve on there. So I either had piston to valve clearance issues, or more than likely it might have been float. But even with that little clearance issue or whatever it was, I didn't the machine shop put this together. I don't really know what the piston to valve clearance on was, because I never checked it out. But it does appear that all the valves still, I put water in all these and nothing was coming through, so I'm pretty certain that none of those valves are bent. And you can see my little home port job I did in these guys. Hogged them out about as much as I could get. And they are 20155 exhaust valves. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It was because the valve relief on a stock piston replacement is not quite enough for, I think, anything over 195, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just guessing. So we're going to take these guys apart just to double check them. Well, that's all I got for you guys right now. Tomorrow I'll be pulling the heads apart. I'll make a video on that, disassembling them and checking everything, so you guys can kind of see what I do on that. Or you can yell at me for doing something wrong. But most people just kind of throw this away, but this motor has sentimental value to me. This is one of the first motors I ever started modding, and I would like to give it one more go with everything working right. I'm going to do it myself this time and just check everything really good. I don't expect to get 100,000 miles out of this guy, just because, I'm sure this isn't perfect, but I guarantee you it's good enough to run fine for about 2 years and spray the piss out of it one more time.